$1 million. That's basically the American dream, and honestly everyone's dream out there. Most people work almost their entire lives and don't even come close to this amount of money. Now, I'm sure you saw the title by now. Today I'm going to be basically reacting, reviewing, showing you, whatever you want to call it, this really simple Shopify store that I found that is basically clearing over $1 million per month in revenue. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name's Arie and I'm a Shopify store owner myself. So naturally, when I see brands or other Shopify stores in general that pique my interest, I start looking into them and into their numbers, into their whole entire business basically, to figure out what they're doing right or just how they're doing in general. Now, I personally, like a lot of other people, learn best from examples. And this is why, as a business owner or an up and coming business owner, I think it's so valuable to look at existing businesses that pique your interest and sort of dissect them to really get to the root of their success so that you can more or less replicate that success in your own business. Now, I don't know if everyone watching this is a business owner or not. Some of you just maybe quarantined and bored as hell and saw the video and were like, oh damn, that sounds kind of interesting. But shit, I think this stuff is really interesting and I love watching videos like this. So without further ado, let me show you this store. Now, this store that I found is hosted on Shopify, which, if you don't know, is one of the biggest online commerce hosting platforms out there. And this store is actually called foreverspin.com. Now, the e-commerce world is extremely abundant and there's literally thousands of stores out there, Shopify stores even, that are doing over $1 million every single month in sales. But when you think of $1 million per month business on Shopify, you typically think of things such as beauty brands or maybe clothing brands like Fashion Nova or Revolve or Gymshark. You know, you just think of these traditional mass appeal consumer brands that are thriving, and like I said, they have a mass appeal. Tons of people love those type of products, but this store is in a niche that I don't even know what to call it. So this store called foreverspin.com sells these spinning little toys, I guess you would call them. Now, the first thing I thought of right away when I saw this was, am I in a dream within a dream? Because if you don't know what these little things are from, in the film Inception, Leonardo DiCaprio, which was the main character, used one of these exact same things to tell whether or not he was in a dream. Inception is one of my favorite movies, so right away when I saw that, it made me intrigued and it low-key made me want to buy one of these. But let me show you, some of the clever ways that this store is making so much money. Now, of course, first things first is the proof. There's many ways to tell whether or not a store is actually doing good or not. One of them is, of course, to just look at their social media, see if they have any hype around the brand. More often than not, the amount of followers and engagement that your brand has does translate into dollar signs, which is why people with millions and millions of followers are able to make a lot of money. But this particular brand really has no big social media following whatsoever. They only have about 5,000 followers on Instagram, which is extremely low. And as you can see, their Instagram is extremely simple. It's not complex at all. The biggest reason why I think this is the case is because the people who are gonna be buying this product are likely not browsing Instagram, which leads me to a really important point that I'm gonna talk about here soon. But the biggest way to actually determine whether or not a store is doing well, besides looking at their earnings reports and stuff like that, which you can't do if a company isn't public, is by looking at their traffic. So I use a simple tool online called SimilarWeb. It's a Chrome extension, but they also have their own website that you can just copy and paste a link into. And on this particular Chrome extension, what you can do is tell whether or exactly how much traffic a particular store is getting. And this store, as you can see, in the month of December 2019, they received about 1.1 million monthly visitors. Now, a typical ratio of visitors to earnings is a 1-to-1, so $1 per visitor. So of course, this easily translates into over $1 million a month. But I would argue that even now, during this quarantine and this whole crisis that's going on, they're still getting 764,000 monthly visitors, which I still believe translates into over $1 million per month. And the main reason why is because of their average order value. Now, I'm not exactly sure of their average order value, but I think one of the smart things that this site does, and one of the things that I think is making them so successful, is this bundle deal right here. the first thing that they have on their site is this bundle. It's not even like one product on its own. It's this bundle of products, which I really don't understand. Like, honestly, I'm definitely not the target demographic here, because I really don't understand how something like this could cost nearly $500. It's kind of crazy to me, but let me just go through the checkout. As you can see, this is just a regular Shopify store. There's really nothing special about this besides their landing page. It's just a landing page. This is all the website is. It's this landing page and then all of these different spinning toys. So as I just mentioned, I still do believe that this store is clearing well over $1 million per month, and it's definitely not because of their, organic social media efforts. So what I'm gonna do right now is actually click on this more insights on SimilarWeb, which will lead me to the SimilarWeb website, so that I can actually sort of track their traffic distribution. So this is why I love this website and why I think it's like a great analytical tool. As you can see, they are getting a decent amount of traffic from referrals, which is just other websites. The New York Times has featured them, Forbes has featured them, so they have a lot of media publications, which is very interesting. They're not verified on Instagram or anything, so I wouldn't have thought that they go really heavily on media publications, but I guess they do. Now, of course, you guys, make sure that if you know about this sort of niche, or like if you know why these things are so expensive, or if you're the type of person that does buy this stuff, leave me a comment. I'm genuinely curious about like what this stuff entails, because to me, this is like the simplest Shopify store I've ever seen, and I'm amazed that they're doing this well. Or just leave me a comment about anything. I love to answer you guys' comments. In my last video, we got a ridiculous amount of comments for the amount of views, which was just amazing, and we had a bunch of conversations. So just leave me a comment, and while you're at it, just smash that like button. But I digress. Let's continue here. As you can see, most of their traffic is actually coming from Facebook, which is pretty cool to see. I kind of thought that this would be the case. Since they don't have big social media followings, I knew that the majority of their traffic came from paid advertising on Facebook, aka Facebook ads, which is just the biggest hack to starting a business nowadays. Is if you know how to run Facebook ads, you can explode a business. And if this isn't a good example of that, then I really don't know what is, because this product to me doesn't solve any problem. It's such a niche product, I feel like, and yet they're doing amazing. And I think part of the reason is because of their Facebook ad. Now, when I look at their page at the Facebook ad library, which is a resource that Facebook provides for business owners or anyone really, to see exactly the ads that a particular business is running at any given time, you can see that their page only has one ad, and it's just a really simple ad. So yeah, it's a very simple ad, and I'm sure they're pushing a lot of budget into just this one particular ad, and then whoever sees it and clicks onto their website is likely to be into this sort of thing. Now, regardless of what sort of traffic strategy this particular business is using, I think the most crucial thing that they've done in order to succeed is their design, as far as website design goes and product design as well. So I wanted to show you here a quick quote by Steve Jobs, actually, the one and only. And it goes, "Design is not just what it looks like and feels like, design is how it works." And I think this is perfectly applied to the store. The store itself is simple. It grabs you and takes you through the whole buying process seamlessly without spamming you with anything, making the product sort of speak for itself, even at something as simple as a spinny little toy. I think another thing that really pushes them to the top is the fact that they have so many options. I usually don't think that that's a good thing. When you offer so many different options on a product page, I think it can overwhelm your customer. But obviously, I don't know anything, because this website offers like an insane amount of options. The great thing too is, like I said, they have like a couple other products that relate to the initial product. So there's so many bundle opportunities to be made here. And it's just amazing to see what they've been able to do. This is such an inspiring business in my opinion, because it really shows me that whatever you're passionate about, whoever made this business was like, you know what, these little spinny thingies are so dope, and I'm gonna make a business about it, and I'm gonna find customers and explode it to the next level. And they did, so it's pretty amazing. And I can't imagine somebody spending literally $1,200 to buy this bundle right here. That's just insane to me. But another big source of traffic for this store is YouTube. So I'm assuming that they run a lot of YouTube ads, which is a sort of I wouldn't say untapped because of course so many people run ads on YouTube, but a lot of the business owners that watch my videos, I know focus mainly on Facebook ads. So this is really interesting to see. Of course, Facebook is still their leading source of traffic, but they are kind of balancing it out with a little bit of YouTube. Now, I did look up what this pocket traffic thing is here, but from the looks of it, it's just like a way to save content from all over the web. So if you see, you know, some sort of article or some sort of ad that you like, you're able to save it through this tool. I don't know how that's driving traffic to their store, but nevertheless, it is 22% of their total traffic distribution, which is pretty insane. So pretty cool. I think this is one of those businesses that is definitely not going to be affected by the quarantines or anything. Someone who's going to be buying this is probably buying it for their office or their kid or something along those lines. And those things are not affected too much right now. Of course, people who previously had offices are working from home. And there's tons of businesses right now that are unaffected by the current situation, by the quarantines. And in fact, there's many businesses who are actually booming off of this. One of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, and one of the reasons why I make videos in general, is to inspire some of you guys, whether you just like learning about business or whether you want to start your own business. The best thing that you can do is start right now. And this business right here is simple, yet they're absolutely killing it despite anything going on in the world right now. Now guys, I do plan on making a video like this probably every week. I personally learned so much from Example by doing this sort of store dissection. Not only do I give you guys a ton of value to learn from, but I actually learned a lot myself. So it's sort of a mutually beneficial relationship we got going on right now, you and I. So my plans for my YouTube channel would be to do some sort of video like this where it's a very value-packed video and where you can learn a lot as a business owner or as an up-and-coming business owner. And then another video in which it's just a little more mellow, more laid back, and where I kind of show you a little bit of the way I live and sort of the ways in which I'm trying to improve myself on a daily basis, in hopes that it'll inspire you to do the same, or if you just want to see kind of what I'm up to on a day-to-day basis, because my days don't change that much. I mean, I'm self-employed, like I said, so there is a lot of different things that arise, but I do kind of follow the same structure on a day-to-day basis, at least like when it comes to my morning routine and stuff like that. But with all that being said, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I know a lot of you guys that watch these videos are not subscribed, so make sure that you subscribe if you enjoyed this. And if you want to go a little bit above and beyond and help me out personally, make sure that you give the video a like and drop a comment, whatever it may be. That always helps my videos do a little bit better, and it helps me know that you enjoyed the video, and it also helps us build a little bit of a stronger connection because I answer every comment. So with all that being said, I hope you learned something today, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.